Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the topic tabulation. So, what is tabulation? Tabulation is the orderly presentation of data or presenting the data in rows and columns. So, just imagine a situation that you're given 3 to 4 pages of bulky data or raw data. It will be very difficult for you to understand what is given in that papers or given in that data. But if the same data has been processed and only the important figures or important factors have been put it in a table and the table is presented to you, it will be easy for you to understand what is given in that table or what is about the data. So that itself is the function of tabulation. Tabulation is the orderly arrangement or orderly presentation of data in rows and columns. So once the data is collected or for any purpose, for any study purpose, once the data is collected, the raw data will be processed. That means it is classified on some basis, like it is classified on homogeneous basis or on the basis of any other characteristics. And the classified data will be put it in the table or tabulation is done. And after the tabulation, the data analysis or the statistical analysis is done. So it is a process. Tabulation is a process which comes after the classification of data, and it can be also said that tabulation is a process which is in between the collection of data and statistical analysis. So this is a table. So it's actually the marks of contestants in a beauty contest, and only the wanted data, the unwanted data are ignored, and only the important data has been given, and it has been categorized on some basis, and it will be easy for the viewer or it will be easy for the people to understand what is given in a table. Then moving to the objectives or purpose of tabulation, the first objective is that to simplify the complex data. As I said earlier, that it will be difficult for a person to understand what is given in the huge number of pages is given. If it is a raw data or if it's unprocessed data, it will be very difficult to read all things and to understand what is given in that data. But if the same thing has been presented in the form of a table where the unwanted things have been avoided and only the important figures or facts have been presented in the form of table, it will be easy. So it reduces the complexity. Then the second purpose or objective is to facilitate comparison. It is very difficult to compare the raw data, two sets of raw data, whereas it is very easy to compare a table or between two tables, or within a table there are various phenomena or various variables are given in a table. If it is given in the form of a table, it will be easy for a person to understand what is given or to compare. It is easy to compare. Now the third is that it economize space. So third point is economize space. As I said that 3 to 4 pages or 5 to 6 or a number of pages of raw data can be presented or it can be presented in the form of a table. It will saves a lot of space, or a huge amount of raw data can be presented in the form of a single table, which is very easy and convenient to understand and to use and all. Then the next objective is to facilitate statistical analysis. As I have mentioned earlier, that it is a tabulation is a process which comes after the collection of data and before the statistical analysis. Because raw data cannot be analyzed, it is difficult to analyze the raw data. But when it is processed or when it is classified and after the tabulation, it will be easy for the analysis part. And the last objective is that to remember the data. It will be easy to remember a particular figure or thing which is given in the table rather than remembering data which is given in a huge number of pages, like 3 to 4 pages. It is difficult to remember 3 to 4 pages, but the same data has been conveniently presented in the form of a table. It will be easy for the reader to remember which is given in the table. So these are the basic objectives or purpose of table. Okay, so now moving to the types of table. So there are two types of classification. That is, the first type of classification is that the table is divided into general purpose table and special purpose table. General purpose table is also known as summary. It's also known as the like reference table, because the example for general purpose table is that the tables which is given in the census report is an example of general purpose table, whereas a special purpose table is a table which is created for a specific purpose, and it is also known as summary table, and it is it indicates the relationship between the various variables and all. So the first classification table is divided into two, that is general purpose table and special purpose table. Now moving to the next type of classification, that is complex, simple. So simple and complex table is again classified into simple and complex. So in simple kind of classification, or a simple table is which is also known as one-way table, where only one characteristics of any particular phenomenon is explained in the table, or it is shown in the table. It is one-way table or simple table. And if it is more than one characteristics, it is complex, and again the complex tables are divided into two, that is two-way table or manifold table. In case of two-way table, two characteristics of any particular phenomenon will be depicted in the as a part of a table, and in case if there are more than two characteristics, then it will be manifold table. So the second type of classification is simple and complex, and simple is also known as one-way table, whereas complex table is again classified into two-way table and manifold table. Now the rules to be followed while constructing a table. So the table should be compact, brief and neat, because a huge amount of data has been orderly presented in the form of a table. It should be neat, and it should be comprised, and it should be precise, and it should be clear. Then the second point is that it should not be overloaded with the details. Only the very important factors or the unwanted things has to be avoided. Important factors have to be put in the table. And the next is that the item should be arranged. Item should be arranged in a table, either in an alphabetic order, or in a numerical order, or in a chronological order, or on some basis it should be arranged in that order. Then the lines separating the section, two sections separate, line separating the two sections should be comparatively thin. And now there should be a heading for a table which should be self-explanatory, and it should be clear. And as far as possible, avoid abbreviations, because we have already avoided certain things or unwanted things, and we had only put the most important things in the table. So it is better that to avoid abbreviations in table. And as far as possible, avoid ditto marks also. Even if the same thing has been repeating in the next column, avoid ditto marks. So these are the few points or few rules to be followed while preparing a table. Now the parts of a table. Parts of a table is an important part, because table number, the first part of a table is the table number. Each table should be numbered, and the table number should be given either in the top of the title or on the top left. Table number should be there. So table number helps to identify any particular table, and the title of the table is the next important part of the table. So each table should have a sufficient title, should be clear, precise and self-explanatory. From the title or the heading itself, one should understand what is given in that table. Then the caption, which is known as the column heading, is known as the caption, and it is also known as box head. So from the caption or from the box heads, the reader will understand what is given in the column. And the row heads are known as the stubs. So stubs are the row heads which is given in the left side. And next, the body or the field. It is the major part of a table. It is the part where the major numbers or information is given in the table. And the next is the head note. When the title is insufficient where it is not able to give a clear explanation about what about the table, it should be included in the head note. And the next is the footnote. So footnote means that if there is any clarification has to be given from the table, or if any figures or if any things which is given in the table is confusing, then explanations or clarifications for the same can be given in the footnote, which is below the table. And the last part of the table is the source data. So source data is that from which source you have collected the data. If it is a primary source or if it is a secondary data. So the source from which the data has been collected for this table has to be mentioned, because it ensures the credibility of the table. Or if a reader is viewing this table and he is interested to know from where he had collected this data, then the source data will help him to find the source. So these are the major parts of table. So this is a model for a table. So there will be table number will be there, title will be there, head note will be there, and the column heading is known as caption or box head, and the row heading is known as stub, and footnote will be there, source data will be given, and also body. So today I have presented about the topic tabulation. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.